Today is extra early morning. I am driving my wife on the morning to the airport for business trip to Amsterdam and then back to the regular routine. Walking the dog, shower, breakfast, all that stuff, and then jumping back to my indie projects. It's time to talk about my 30-day startup challenge. It feels that I am in state of the valley of despair, which is more like term for change management, but probably that fits startup life cycle as well. So here is optimism and this is pessimism. When you are kind of starting startup, starting new, working on new project, or starting to learn new programming language, whatever, doing something, you are very motivated. So emotions are on high level. You are very optimistic about success of your learning, how you learn that new programming language, how you will build that new application, all that stuff. And then you are kind of from not very informed optimism, you are getting into the pessimism because you see how much you should learn or how many similar applications are in the App Store already. And so you are going down to the pessimism and you are getting kind of, depressed, pessimistic about learning programming language or finishing that project, whatever, everything. That is valley of despair or, pessimism, whatever. In this time block, you are kind of ready to drop that idea completely. You would like to go back to the kind of old, already well-known status. And I was feeling about the same about my 30 days up challenge. On one of the last live streams, I was also asked, why are you making one more timer up? Isn't that boring? And I was thinking, yeah, it kind of is. My freediving application basically is based on timers. I have planking application, I have fasting application. Both of them from high perspective are just timers, And yeah, what to do with that? So when you are in this stage, that is kind of good point to think about what you would like to do. If it is reasonable to kind of drop that project and go back to and start any other project, that's completely fine. No problem with that. But how to avoid that state as well? Well, I think that when you are starting project, you have to have good expectations, how long that will take, how hard that will be. If you are well informed about that will be easier to get through those difficult periods. I was planning to get MVP out in about first week. I could, but life get in the way and I was busy with other things. And yeah, I missed my kind of milestone and that demotivated me. Also, I started to questioning myself. Maybe I should work on other apps that I already have. Maybe I should start a different project. So what will I do with this project? So I got my application into the working state. It is already kind of working application, base functionality is on place. It kind of feels miserable to release it because there is not so much interesting features in this application. It's kind of very basic. But then I changed my mind because I decided I would like to try to make Apple Watch application for those timers. Could that be Apple Watch application? And again, that could be beneficial for other apps as well. I am asked multiple times already to do freediving application for Apple Watch. Also, when Apple Watch Ultra was released, on one of the live streams you guys asked, am I going to make anything on Apple Watch Ultra for freediving? And I was thinking about that as well. And I decided to do nothing because that market size for Apple Watch Ultra feels small. I don't have experience with development for Apple Watch. So putting those both together, it feels that it's kind of doesn't make sense to make this application. But currently, I see more and more Apple Watch Ultra users, and if I could get my hands kind of dirty with this Apple Watch development, maybe closer to the Apple Watch Ultra 2, I could release something for freedivers on Apple Watch as well. I'm getting out from this pessimistic mindset, that's good. I don't know if that's success already, but I am probably somewhere here, I am back to the optimism and that probably is, and I hope that I will go with this Apple Watch app up to the release like that. In weekdays from about 10 at the morning until 6 in the afternoon, I am working on freelance projects with break in the middle of the day for lunch or running some errands if it is needed. But yeah, basically all day long is freelancing tasks. And afternoon, usually that is family time, but today I'm kind of left unattended with computer, so I'm doing break for quick walk with dog and going back to work on my indie projects. I learned a little bit of Apple Watch development, but that was back to WatchOS 2, so that's 6-7 years ago, and yeah, that was completely different development for Apple Watch, so I have zero experience for current Apple Watch development. But yeah, anyways, I decided to try, and I tried to look for tutorials, but I didn't find anything kind of useful, and yeah, decided just to try to add Apple Watch target to my existing project and play around a little bit with it to see what can I do. In the nutshell, that should be relatively easy because you are just adding one more target and then you choose which parts of the code you will reuse, and I assumed that I will be able to reuse business logic, for example timers, and of course I will need to modify or create new user interface screens for timers, stuff like that, because obviously screens on iPhone are way bigger, more spacey comparing with Apple Watch, so I have to modify them. Surprisingly for myself, in less than 2 hours I got my prototype up and running on Apple Watch Simulator, and yeah, I had to change significantly user interface, but it fits well, Apple Watch, and yeah, I have all those plus minus buttons to count the rounds. For those who don't know, in CrossFit basically you have to run exercise for specific time, let's say 10-20 minutes, and you are just doing as much as possible rounds for exercise set what should be done in that specific day, and I always had hard time to count those rounds and forgot on which round I am, so Apple Watch application could help. And yeah, then I was ready to run it on real device. To run that on real device, yeah, sure, you have to switch to developers mode on Apple Watch, and then you start to troubleshoot that launching on device from Xcode. I can't say I like that process. You have to restart Xcode, you have to restart devices. I would be really thankful if Apple would sell for developers some cable to connect Apple Watch to the Xcode. And that's huge pain to do that. But after a few more restarts, a lot of waiting for installation, I really had the time to write a few tweets on Twitter while application was installed on the Apple Watch. So after all that waiting, I finally got application installed on my Apple Watch and it works. Application is not finished yet. I need to synchronize settings in between Apple Watch and iPhone apps. I think that I added that app links and all that stuff, but somehow it doesn't work yet. And it's probably enough working today. It's already 11:30 p.m, so it's midnight soon. Yeah. Anyways, I'm not kind of going to rush to finish this application today. Probably I will finish it tomorrow, and then I have to... What else? Yeah, also I need to kind of fix the thing about application going to the sleep, and that should be fixed by adding workouts. I think that will help to do that. I will figure out that tomorrow. Before work or after work, we'll see. Anyways, that should be small enough task to figure out tomorrow. After that, screenshot submitting to the App Store. And yeah, it's good enough for MVP, I think. And then I will play around with App Store optimization and so on. I'm planning to use ChatGPT for that and few App Store optimization tools that I have. Yeah, let me know if you would like to see content about that as well. Probably I will do that. And yeah, today was a relatively long day. It is almost midnight, but I did this video. I was working on my freelance projects. I was working on my own applications. This is not exactly my regular kind of day. It is kind of a little bit more work, but not much. Okay, thank you for watching. See you next one. Bye bye.